Hello, welcome to today's edition of Pegasus Test. On today's edition, we're covering the October 2021 edition of the Fairfax Rod and Gun Club's 2-Gun Action Challenge match. And because it's in October, Halloween was in full effect. This was a shotgun pistol match instead of the usual rifle pistol. And in this first stage, what you had to do is you had the option of shotgun or pistol. You had to start with your shotgun. If it ran dry, you could go to your pistol, but you had to think that one through because it was a challenging stage. So you started from the seating position on a cooler. You had 4 clays in front of you. Those had to be engaged with your shotgun. Then you move over to your left-hand side of the bay, where you had 2 barrels down. You had to take a knee and engage these little yellow Duraballs. And you could do that shotgun or pistol, your choice. And then you dashed all the way over to the right side of the bay, and you had a simple spinner. And all you had to do was spin it. And that was the interesting thing here, because you really had to plan out what you could do. You did have the option, as soon as your shotgun went dry, you could switch to your pistol. But with the array of targets, did you really want to switch to your pistol? And here, let's take a look at my run, and then we'll talk about it.
Ready, stand by!
I'm not used to running. I use all the
I think it's a Monrin.
I don't know.
I'll have to ask him. Because he's rocking the French boy.
What's that?
Man, you're in?
Yeah.
If he's rocking the French boy.
No, I was wondering who he was.
Is
Is he speaking with an accent too?
I don't think so.
No, okay. Maybe it was just pretend. Because I heard him talk with one over at the table.
I didn't hear this one. This one deaf as a motherfucker. Over there.
Here we go.
Alright, that was my run. And it was a pretty good one. Not good enough though. I was kind of slow. That was my problem. I was just moving slow that day. No excuses. The other problem I encountered was I didn't have the best rig setup. For record, what I went with is a simple semi-automatic shotgun. A Turkish clone of a Beretta to be exact. And I went with a revolver, an MR-73 to be exact. And not the best choices for speed. When I saw the spinner on this, I was like, I know I don't do so well in spinners, and 6 shots with my revolver, even shooting .357 Magnum, probably not going to be enough to get it over. So I decided to stick with shotgun the whole time, because you could shoot that shotgun dry and switch to your pistol, but once you switched, that was it. The shotgun was out of play. You could not go back to it. And this is where kind of my rig setup got in the way, because I cleared the first 4 when I remembered to charge the shotgun. Ran over to the second position, goes dry, and I single load. But my ammo's on the wrong side, because I have my revolver on my right hip, and right in front of it I have my speed loaders, which is where you want them to be for reloading a revolver. The only space left on my belt was over here on my left side for the shotgun shells. And when you have to get the shells into the right side or the bottom of the gun, it's not the best placement. And I hadn't practiced with this shotgun nearly enough, because it's not my first line shotgun by any stretch of the imagination. So at that second position, went to single loading and then finding the controls. It was actually slower than doing that with a pump action shotgun. So that didn't help my time. And as you can see, with my somewhat glacial pace going from P1 to P2 to P3, not exactly moving the speed. And then I had to get the shotgun loaded. I got it over in 2 shots, which was really awesome. But I didn't know if that was going to be the case, because I had watched a couple shooters before me take 4 shots to get over with their shotgun. So went for the full tube, got the full tube loaded, fumbled through it, and then boom, boom, it went over. Better to have the ammo and not need it than to need it and not have it. But anyways, not the world's most blazing fast, but a fairly clean run nonetheless. Next thing we're going to show here is my friend Long Pang's run. This was Long Pang's first match. He'd never shot a competition before. So what a great one to start out on. And he did pretty good. Let's take a look at his run here.
Yeah. Are you ready? Ready. Stand by.
easiest way to operate the 180. Yeah, and then when it's dry. So, hopefully, I did that too. I did that too, man. I could have put one over on
Over! Yeah. Nicely done, dude.
All right, pretty good run for man's first time. And then moving on, the match was won by Scott Butler, and I've got a view of his run here on this stage, and a blazing fast run it is. Here, take a look.
Are you ready? Stand by. I don't have quite enough tube to have it. Yeah. I need to go slow. I do not go slow down.
I tried it like once. You got it. You got it.
All right, well, that was Scott's run. I definitely wasn't close to that, and you can see why he got first place with a run like that. All right, stage 2 was just as competitive as stage 1. You still had the option to abandon the shotgun once it was empty and go to your pistol. I chose to do that. What do you have to do on the stage? From the start point, you ran over to a series of barrels. You had some clays to hit 4. You get those. Then you go down, move backwards, keeping control of your muzzle, down a hallway, and then you have 6 steel plates or discs about yay big that you have to knock off the things. If they don't go down, you don't get the points. You only get points if they go over. And you can do that shotgun or pistol. I chose to do both. Then when you retreat out of the hallway, you go over to a set of barrels, and you have a set of poppers. 3 of them are small, half-size poppers, and 1 large popper. And then once they're all down, the stage is over. Let's see how the run went.
Tension. There's not much tension, but they all.
Just pour little holders. I think he's shooting full.
I was gonna say he's not shooting anything with me.
Yeah, that's so.
9mm target ammo.
Hit that one a few times. I shooted one.
Alright, so the shotgun portion went really well. The clays broke, no problem. Went over to the hallway section, engaged the first steel plate. It went down, the shotgun went dry, abandoned it, switched over to the revolver. Kind of a glacial draw there, but no big deal. Got all my hits. Did have to take a second shot on one, but that worked out. Did a reload on the move, which, you know, cleared out the shells, got over the next position, got the new cartridges into it, and engaged the poppers with 4 shots on 3, and then my last 2 into the big popper. And that was a big popper, and that's where I made a mistake, because when I got ready for this competition, didn't pay attention to what I was doing, grabbed all my speed loaders and threw them in, and a box of 357. Well, the speed loaders were all loaded with my 38 target reloads. So there was not enough power in them to go ahead and knock that big one over. So I hit it with 2 shots, boom, now I'm out of ammo. Reload, not the fastest reload ever with a revolver because it's not something I practice nearly enough. Got another cylinder into it and just rapid fired in it until it went down. So had I been smart enough to reload those speed loaders and got rid of those 38s and put 357s in there, I have a feeling that part of the stage would have been a whole lot better. But that shows match preparation is key. I didn't do the proper preparation, and I reaped the rewards of that. Okay, this was Pang's second stage ever in a match. He did pretty good. Let's take a look at it.
Hi!
touch it.
Just leave it
Don't
be.
touch it.
Touch it, it's grounded.
Over.
Pretty solid stage for him, and as you saw there at the beginning, he wasn't afraid to get rid of that shotgun when it was dry. He was down. I mean, he threw it down to get rid of it. And then he went on and finished the stage with his pistol. Nice, solid run. Stage 3 was deceptively simple, but very hard. What did you have to do? Well, at your starting point, you picked up a big ammo can full of empty brass, weighed about 20 pounds, and you rushed up to a VTAC barricade where you already pre-staged your shotgun. And through a different port with each target, you engaged, got 6 hits. Knocked out the 6 pieces of clay, ground your shotgun, grab that big ammo can full of empty brass, rush it back to the start point, then rush back to the VTAC, draw your pistol, and you had 2 steel discs, and they're approximately about 20 meters away, and you had to engage one through each port of the VTAC. Let's go ahead and take a look at my run, and then we'll talk about it.
A little further.
Nice. That counts.
That's a double tap.
Last one. See? You're good. You're good.
Two with one.
Did I missed that?
All right. One. You port. Two. Three. Don't walk. Keep going. I need. Aye. Four. Five. Six. If finished, unload, show clear.
All right, we're going to call that run less than optimal. Let's go through what happened. First thing, picked up the box, very deliberate about where I was picking up and placing it, and that cost me a few seconds here and there. You'll see later on that other people were much more aggressive in throwing it, chucking it, getting it out of the way. And I picked it up, and I deliberately put it down. With the shotgun, I had a nice run there. The fact that one shot got 2 clays, that helped out. But instead of just yeeting the shotgun off to the side or anything, I was very careful about placing it, making sure the safety was on. Never a bad thing to worry about safety, but it was definitely a time eater. Rushed the bin back to its start point, then came up, and with my revolver, then the problem started. Again, I still had not cleared out my speed loaders and had switched all the 38 special rounds out of their target loads for the 357 Magnums that I brought with me. That kind of worked against me again because I had some bad primers in there. If you count the number of shots between reloads, I'm getting 4 or 5 per cylinder instead of 6. That's not good. The other thing is I start off with a couple misses because I forget one of the most basic things about marksmanship. If you lay your barrel on something, it changes the harmonics. Yes, that applies to handguns just as like rifles. Well, I'm used to having a pistol with a full-length dust cover under it, so lay it against the bottom of the VTAC and engage. That didn't do me any good with the barrel of my revolver. Got a couple shots off, realized what was happening, then took the barrel off the barricade, and then the hits started to come. Got a little flustered with the misfires, so I got very deliberate in taking my time. And by flustered, I also got to the point when I'd miss, I'd switched ports. I wasn't required to do that. If I missed, I could stay in the port and re-engage. But no, if I missed, I just went to another port, adding time, readjusting my shooting position. So did a lot of things. I guess you could say I had some tolerance stacking on the stage, just added up to a pretty mediocre run, unfortunately. All right, Pang went into his third stage here and had a pretty solid run. Got the clays with his shotgun due to low capacity. Had to do a reload, but he did it. Got it done. Got that shotgun out of the way. Chucked that brass right back to the starting point. Came back, got his pistol out and engaged, and did pretty darn good. Here, let's take a look at his run.
Yeah, right now I wouldn't have the effect on it.
You know what? I do miss.
I don't have nearly enough of a seat. If I had another case right
One,
on Model 12 with Chester,
two,
I would.
three, four. Other one.
I almost saw a great track.
Other target. Oh, there's 2 steel targets down there. I need 2 more on the right. 5. All right, it finished. Stand up.
Pretty solid run. But next, Scott Butler was up. Like I said, he won this match, and when you watch this run, you'll see why. Very solid run. Here, take a look.
Shooter, are you ready? Stand by. Move.
Hit it.
Right. Nicely done. Unload and show clear.
Like I said, a really solid run. This is how this stage was meant to be shot. All right, we're here at the 4th and final stage. This is another one that's deceptively easy and really hard. And you had to put some strategy into this one. So what did you do? You had a pumpkin, because it was Halloween, and you had an array of 8 clays in front of you. And what you had to do is you had 2 shots. It was a limited thing. 2 shots. So fire off your 2 shots, pick up your pumpkin, rush it on back to a point behind you, come back forward, 2 more shots, engage, get as many clays as you can, and keep repeating until all 8 clays are gone. Then once the 8 clays were gone, ditch your shotgun, and then you had 2 paper targets on either flank of the bay, and you just had to get 2 shots in the IDP 0 zone on them. And you could use as many shots as you wanted on the paper target, but IDPA scoring applied, and the best 2 shots counted on each. Let's go ahead, see what happened.
All right, so I'm coming over to here.
Shooter, are you ready? Stand by.
My plan, I was supposed to shut the bolt, load 2, hit the, and rack the bolt. Yeah, if the bolt's open, you're out on the ground. You come back to it, you gotta release the bolt, and be caught. And snap 2 in it, hit the bolt button, and then rack. That was the plan, then that's the point of doing this.
I ran a pouch. dump pouch at the class, and that taught me on a dump pouch.
This is the absolute bare minimum. Yeah. You can get some. Yeah. For a single load, I think these are actually better than these guys. Because
Trying to put it in the actual chamber.
There you go. Unload. All right, you're safe. Good. You're safe. Shooter, are you finished?
All right. Now you saw on my last shotgun engagement, I got 2 clays with 1 shot. Now, a lot of guys had figured this trick out, and they were getting 2 clays with every shot. So they were like, 2 shots, 4 clays go down, rush the pumpkin back, come back up, 2 more shots, the rest of the clays go down, and then they engage their paper targets. Saw one guy do that, and it was blazingly fast. I didn't get so lucky. It seemed like I needed a shell for every shot, every clay on this, except for the last 2. But c'est la vie. Now, where it came into advantage is when I ditched that shotgun after destroying the last clays, I went to my revolver, and the fine MR73 that it is accurate, I knew I had my hits. There was no doubt. So it's 2 shots, immediately transition to the other shot, target, 2 shots. And it turned out I went down 0 points on the paper targets. All right, let's take a look at Pang's run here, his last stage in his first match.
Ready.
Stand by.
Polish roulette. As a husband to a Polish woman, I should be offended by that, but I'm not.
No, you're not. You know it's true.
Yeah. That's another trip to the pumpkin.
It's like most extreme elimination challenge.
Switch to the buckshot.
You know what, his name's Baba Ganoush.
You just volunteered for the class.
No, I'm Gila douche.
That puts a lot more momentum into it.
Well, 10-8 split there. 7-10 split. 7-10 split.
A bold move picking one up off the ground.
What did you see?
Grounded.
Rocket.
Click.
And as we can see here, Pang's beginner's luck kind of ran out on him, which is quite unfortunate. One of the things I think got him is he shot the whole match with buckshot. And against the clays there, I think his pattern just opened up too much because there was a lot of times out of 2 shots he was just getting 1 clay, so he made a lot more trips than everybody else. But in the end, he got him, switched over his pistols, pumped out some rounds, and got the hits he needed to get. Overall, good match for the man. Now Scott Butler, who won the match, let's take a look at his run and see how it went.
Got it. And that was a good run.
Nice.
Exactly.
Nice.
Unload.
As you can see, Scott turned in the consistent performance he has on every other stage of this match. Believe it or not, that was not the best run on this stage. There were literally guys who got 8 clays in 2 engagements. You know, because each time they fired, they got 2 of the clays, so 2 shots, 4 clays. Run the pumpkin, 2 shots, 4 clays, and immediately go to the pistol. It could be done a lot faster than you saw me doing it. Overall, Great match. Every monthly match here for the Two Gun Action Challenge in Fairfax has been great. This one did not disappoint. The Halloween theme just added to the fun. I don't know if you were watching the video and paying attention to some of the costumes in the background, but some people put some really elaborate work into it, and it was really awesome to see. So Scott came in first place, Pang came in 13th, I came in 22nd out of 34 shooters. We were all over the place there. Well done, Scott. Congratulations, Pang, on your first match doing so well, and hopefully I do better next month. We hope you all enjoyed coverage of this match. Please comment, like, and subscribe, and tune in November for coverage of the November Two Gun Action Challenge match.